What hunts when the sun is gone? Far beneath the Atlantic, light does not simply fade. It becomes dangerous. Sound becomes a weapon. A glow can save a life or end it. And in the deep, the safest looking thing may be the trap. This is not just another part of the ocean. This is another world. Before submarines reached the black water, before cameras found creatures that live without sunlight, and before science understood how life could survive where pressure can crush even the machines designed to enter it, the deep Atlantic was already alive. But life down here does not announce itself. It waits. And when the surface disappears, something starts making decisions in the dark. At the surface, the Atlantic looks familiar. Sunlight, waves, dolphins, whales, storms, and endless blue. But the ocean has layers, and every layer has rules. The light weakens, the colors drain away, the pressure rises. Every meter downward becomes more hostile than the last. Food becomes rare, movement costs energy. A single mistake can decide whether a creature survives another day or vanishes without a trace. Then, in the dim blue twilight, something begins to glow. It looks beautiful. That is the problem. In this world, light is no longer a gift. It is bait. Tiny lanternfish flash through the water like living signals, using their glow to confuse predators, communicate, or disappear into the fading light above. But below them, another light waits. Not chasing, not searching, not wasting energy. Waiting. What happens when light learns how to lie? The anglerfish hangs in the darkness like a nightmare carrying a lantern. From its head, a glowing lure trembles in the black water, powered by living bacteria. To a starving fish, it looks like hope, a meal, a chance to live one more moment. The prey moves closer, then closer. The anglerfish does nothing. That is what makes it terrifying. It waits until hunger makes the decision for it. Then the mouth opens. In one violent second, the glow disappears, and so does the prey. But the deeper we descend, the shadows stop feeling small. Down here, the ocean does not feel empty. It feels occupied. Something moves through the abyss, long, silent, and almost impossible to measure. Tentacles stretch through the water. Huge eyes scan for the faintest sign of movement. The giant squid was once dismissed as a sailor's nightmare, but the nightmare was real. Its eyes can grow as large as dinner plates, built to detect tiny flashes in the deep. Its arms and tentacles carry powerful suckers, ready to grip anything that comes too close. For a moment, it feels like the giant squid is the monster of this world. But in the Atlantic, even monsters are being watched. What kind of predator hunts the thing humans once feared to imagine? Somewhere below, the clicks begin. The sperm whale is descending. It leaves the sunlit ocean behind and enters a place where a human could not survive for even a moment. It does not need light. It does not need color. It hunts with sound. Its clicks are among the loudest biological sounds on Earth, cutting through the water like invisible signals in the dark. Somewhere ahead, the squid hears them. The rhythm changes, the clicks grow faster. The whale closes in. No sunlight, no open sky, no easy escape. Only pressure, sound, tentacles, and teeth. What happens when the ocean's most feared predator realizes it is not at the top? The great white has ruled human fear for generations. Nearly 300 serrated teeth, a torpedo-shaped body, senses tuned to blood, vibration and movement. To a seal at the surface, the ocean may look calm. Then everything erupts. The great white strikes from below with brutal speed. But it is not evil. It is not a villain. It is part of the ocean's balance, removing the weak, shaping prey populations, and keeping life under pressure. But even fear has a predator. When the orca arrives, the Atlantic reveals the truth every hunter eventually learns. No one owns the sea forever. Farther across the ocean, another giant carries a different kind of power. Not teeth, not speed, a song. The humpback whale moves through the Atlantic like a memory from an older Earth. Its voice travels for miles, carrying patterns that change, spread, and pass between whales like a culture written in sound. A mother guides her calf through its first breaths, first swims, and first dangers. But every migration is a test. Ships cross their routes. Noise fills the water. Warming seas shift the food they depend on. The whale keeps singing, but the Atlantic is getting louder. And still, the journey does not end. Past the hunters, past the songs, past the last familiar signs of the surface world. At the bottom of the Atlantic, the seafloor is not dead. It is breathing. Superheated water bursts from cracks in the earth, carrying minerals from deep inside the planet. The water can be hotter than boiling, but the crushing pressure keeps it liquid. No sunlight reaches this place. No plants grow here. No coral gardens shine. So how can life exist here? Around these vents, bacteria turn chemicals into energy. Shrimp swarm in pale clouds. Crabs crawl across volcanic rock. Strange fish move through the steam like shadows circling fire. This should be impossible, but life does it anyway. And it proves one of the ocean's greatest truths. Life does not need comfort. It only needs a chance. But now, even the deepest world is no longer beyond human reach.